Oh no, not you again. Welcome to That Is What It Is Not. This time, this bad boy. We've got a huge dial. We've got switches, inputs, outputs, lettering, numbers. It's got everything you could possibly want from a box that you don't know what it is. Just interest and intrigue and mystery and foreign shores. It's the Franklin the Goblin SS6. As you know, Australia has a very long history with switches. There's the Great Barrier Switch, huge, powerful switch that turns on the Earth's water on or off. On, water. Off, no water. And of course, Australia were the first country in the world to have hot and cold switched water. Imagine your life without that. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, and then cold. But hot, but then cold. But hot, and cold, and on and on and on. Also, Australia has National Switch and Button Day, the 13th of August every year, with wonderful parades where children dress up as all different kinds of switches and adults dress up as all kinds of switches, and everyone sings the National Switch and Button Day song. Please come along and sing with me the amazing Australian button song and switches as well. Only to be a youngster on the streets, tossing switches and buttons in the air and laughing until I was sick everywhere, just like the good old days I didn't have. Now, let's get back to the Goblin here. We've got a big dial on the top, switches on the side. They say ground lift. What do? Well, it's quite simple. Say you're sitting at a bar or somewhere where your legs are a-dangling and a whatnot, tootsie high in the air, like when you're sitting on the edge of a swimming pool and you can just see your feet dangling in the water. Flick the ground switch on, the ground comes up to meet you, and you can teeter off happily knowing that at no point will you stumble or fall in any way, shape or form. Ground lift. Fabulous stuff. The rotary? Well, that's quite easy. How much electricity do you need in your home? 1. The toaster's on, but nothing else. 6. 6 sunbeds, 8 toasters, 2 televisions, and an electric car. Although, sadly, they've yet to be invented, but maybe one day. So no need for 6. It's future-proofing it. Back down 1. Who invented this? Why, of course it was Graham Goblin III, hence the name, the Goblin. SS is on there too. What does that stand for? Secondary Stephen, who was Graham's right-hand man. And there were 6 of him, possibly. But what about the inputs and what about the outputs? Well, I have with me a cunning lead. Input 6. Into input 1. Good times for everyone in that particular borough. We can move the input to an output. Things change. Somebody somewhere is experiencing something wonderful and electrical. Just pop it in there. Pop it in there. You can move that one across there. That's fine. Into the input. Take that out of there and pop it into the next input. And so on and so forth. Just controlling the flow of electricity around the house. And of course, the mains electricity comes straight into the Goblin. You won't have any problems dealing with it though. It's fully grounded and lifted, should you desire. Let me leave you with a little thought. It's only when you stare at ants through a magnifying glass you realise how often they catch fire. as always, please do not like, no subscribing, and leave that bell icon alone. I don't want to do this anymore.